A six-figure sale topper headlined a buoyant day of trade at the Tattersalls Somerville Sale at Park Paddocks, when a son of Cheveley Park's Twilight son topped the sale, setting a new record price of 120,000 guineas. Catalogued as Lot 206, the colt out of the Group 1 place Bailey's Jubilee was secured by Adam Driver of the Global Equine Group on behalf of Raed Al Youssef. He was consigned by Petches Farm, owned by Bailey's Horsefeed's managing director Paul Venner and his son Simon.
Well, he's always been very straightforward, lovely, strong individual. We were hopeful of the sires coming right at the right time for us. So yeah, we were hopeful of a good result. We thought he'd do it for us anyway up here, but you never think they're going to quite make that much. So very pleased, yeah. Jubilee was obviously a great mare for us, a great filly in training for us, and when we took her out of training, she got bad laminitis, and the prognosis wasn't great actually, but fortunately she's very tough and we looked after her, and yeah, she's going strong still. So I think the vet said we'd be lucky to get a couple of foals out of her to start with, but she's absolutely fine, and which is great. So she's obviously a homebred as well, so she's never going to go too far from us, so it's great that she's fitting well, and yeah, I hope a few more to come from her.
Had 120,000 last time.
The top price filly on the day was Lot 128, an Ardad filly out of Loujain mare Sparkling Eyes, who was sold by Scarlet Knight's Cobb Hall Court, knocked down to Robson Aguirre with Ammo Racing for 85,000 guineas.
She's like look like the good Ardad. Last year we have a few Ardad and we have a success with a few ones, and she's look like the ones look good. All Kodiaks, they try hard and they give it the maximum they can, and he was fast and he stay and he's a hard horse, good attitude, and they train on, and I like the way they are in home, like they relax and they do whatever you want to do with them. We bought her for race, for ammo race, and we try get her to go to Ascot if she's have a potential for that.
Lot 173 was the first yearling colt by exciting young Juddmonte stallion Expert Eye to enter the sales ring at Tattersalls, and proved particularly popular, attracting bids from Midland Park stud, Tessa Hetherington and Peter Nolan, before making 80,000 guineas for consignor's Kilman Foyle House stud. Pinhook by JC Bloodstock for 41,000 guineas. The half-brother to Group 3 winner Kay Dancer, from the further family of talented horses Miss Keller and Harbour Law, was signed for by Freddie Tilitsky, with Smarden Thoroughbreds and Steve Bradley.
He's a lovely colt by Expert Eye. He was the pick of the sale for me. He's been bought for a client. Everything about him was really, really good. The page is just got another update on it. The dam's thrown some very useful, foals in the past as well. And yeah, I just like his whole presence. So yeah, we were very keen on getting him. We got lucky there.
Lot 272, a colt by Night of Thunder, also proved popular, selling to Kevin Ross for 78,000 guineas. The Watton Manor stud consigned offering is out of winning High Chaparral mare Flea Biscuit, from the further family of multiple stakes winners in the US, including Grade 1 winner Sweet Lulu. Robson Aguirre, purchaser of the Ardad filly, also signed for Lot 100, a Tasleet filly from Trickledown Stud, who sold for 75,000 guineas, with a view to following in the footsteps of the successful purchaser's previous breeze-up juveniles, Ardad himself and Perfect Power, when returning to the sales next year.
And this one, that's my pick of the sale. I like her, and the only one I want to buy for breeze. She's have a little bit of everything. She have a scope, she have a physical, and she's have a good head, and she walk well, and she look like she can do.
At the conclusion of what was a particularly busy, vibrant day of trade at Park Paddocks, Tattersalls marketing director Jimmy George was understandably delighted with the day's results.
Very pleased with today's sale. This is in some ways the inaugural, well, it is the inaugural Tattersalls Somerville Yearling Sale. In some ways it's a reincarnation of the Tattersalls Ascot Yearling Sale. Obviously last year we had no choice but to relocate the Tattersalls Ascot Yearling Sale to Park Paddocks, and that went really well. It was a great success. big increase in all the key indicators. So in some ways it was a relatively easy decision this year, still with an element of uncertainty, to bring the sale to here, rebrand it as the Somerville Yearling Sale, and make this its permanent home at Tattersalls in Newmarket at Park Paddocks. And everybody's been rewarded with a really good sale, solid from start to finish, properly vibrant feel, I think, and the figures really suggest that. I mean, the turnover has just over doubled last year's sale, which is extraordinary, and the average and median are up by a huge amount, which I think reflects the really good support that the vendors have given to this new fixture. We obviously were keen for them to send us as high quality yearling as we possibly could, of a type, nice, sharp, precocious commercial yearlings, and they've really responded, as have the buyers. You know, the sale's been well promoted. We've introduced a £100,000 Tattersalls Somerville auction stakes for every yearling in this sale is eligible for that next year. They're also eligible for the £150,000 Tattersalls October auction stakes. So there's a lot to race for all of these yearlings today, and I think that's been reflected in the number of buyers that have been here, domestically in particular. Very strong participation from English trainers and bloodstock agents, Irish participation, and also overseas folk too. So overall, we're extremely pleased with the results. I mean, a turnover that's more than doubled last year's record levels. We've had a record top price of 120,000 guineas and more 50,000 guineas plus yearlings than the last 4 years of this fixture put together, which I think demonstrates the depth of the trade we've had throughout the day.